likely. You got to try a couple times the first week, earlier in the day, in the evening, afternoon, weekend, just trying. 6 times, no less than that, the first week. Okay, moving on, then you got 6 times for the rest of the week, or the rest of the month. Okay, so that's the next part. Make sure you call them, and 6 calls rest of month, or if you want to think of it, next 3 weeks. Okay, at least twice a week. Okay, what's the magic about the 6 and 6? Equaling 12.
They're going to get 12 calls in a month. They're going to get 6 calls in their first week, and then they're going to get followed up through the rest of the month.
But just like this, 80%.
Oh.
80% chance of contact at that point. When you get to 12, %80 of sales happen after the 12th contact.
Okay.
Part of it is building rapport. It's not just 6 calls. That's to make contact. You need to make at least 6 more calls once you make contact to build rapport.
Okay.
12 is the magic number. Okay? If you can do that by the end of the month, you have them as a client. Okay? You called them. And this is where you're not calling them every single time. Hey, you're going to buy a house? Hey, you're going to buy a house? Hey, you're going to buy a house? No. We develop a spiel. First call. Hey, thank you so much for using our website. My name's Jacob. We really pride ourselves on having one of the best websites out there. I see you're looking at homes in Glendale. That is awesome. So what are you kind of looking for? Tell me more about what you're looking for. You know? Or, hey, no, we're just looking right now. That's fantastic. That's one objection. See, you have goals for everything. What's the magic number for objections, typically? Because what we think is an objection is really not. It's just a standard response.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Hey, thanks for coming to our store. Can I help you with anything? What's your standard response?
Oh, yeah, no.
No, I'm just looking.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're in retail. Hey, thank you for using our website. What you guys looking for? We're just looking. That's wonderful. That's one. So, what do you guys tell me what you're looking for? Oh, you know, we're maybe thinking about selling. See, you confirm. Most people get off the phone. Oh, you're just looking? Okay, thank you very much. Click. If you don't know that is a standard response that probably 4 out of 5 people are going to give you.
Yeah.
You just lost 4 out of 5 people. Guess what? Those are clients you're going to keep on the phone and you're actually going to get because those agents didn't know what to do with them.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So keep them on the phone for 5 objections. That's my goal. Right? And keep a little tally and see what you can do. Believe it or not, by the 5th time, you might have an appointment.
Okay.
Okay? On the flip side, if they hang up on you, what have you also confirmed?
That
They're not motivated today.
Yeah.
Let's put them in our follow-up. But if they're staying on the phone with you, they're motivated.
Yeah.
You should never be the one that hang up first.
Okay.
Ever. It's amazing. I've been on the phone, again, listening to people, and we are so in our minds that we will listen to people say stuff and literally not comprehend a word they're saying. I literally heard a woman saying, yeah, we're looking for a home in the next 6 months. Oh, really? Okay. Well, if there's anything that you guys might need, give me a call. Okay, yeah. Well, we're looking to go look at homes. Can you send us a list of homes? Yeah. I could send you a list of homes. All right. Well, thank you. Call me if you need anything else. Click. They basically talked them out of the appointment.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous. And it's like, oh my gosh. And I think I actually gave them more because she actually got off the phone as if they didn't get anything. It was insane. It's like, did you hear a word she said? That's about as prime to client as you're going to get.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Hey, I'm going to send you a list of homes. What are you guys looking for? I'll do it right now. Hey, by the way, the market's really, really hot. And I know I'm speaking it really fast, but I'm just summing it up. The market's really, really hot. Buyers' homes, it's a seller's market. The moment you see a home you like, it's imperative we go out there today to go take a look because some of these homes are selling with like 10 offers on them. It's insane. Yeah. So you build it up. The moment you got to anticipate the closings. And guess what? You'll get the closings.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. Okay. So 80% of the sales are right around there. So that's the importance of that method.
Okay.
That is all I'm keeping track of in Lion Desk. Okay? When you get a new lead, I want to see 6 calls and 1 week.
Okay.
By the time they're at 30 days, 12 calls. Every single lead. And guess what? You are going to whoop the crap out of this.
Okay.
I promise.
That's it.
Okay? Okay, so next. After that, first month, what do you do?
After that month?
Yep. Because that's your build. That's your first month, right? You got your first week. You're gonna call them 6 times. Over the next 3 weeks, you're gonna call them another 6 times. Then after that, 1 to 2 times a month forever. Okay.
Okay.
If you have something cool, market update. That would be the second one. But no matter what, you're gonna call, check in for whatever. But here's the thing. That's if you never made contact. Okay? Certain people are gonna go through this and they will never answer. You will always call them every single month, no matter what. Hey, thank you so much for continuing to use my website. By the way, I'm looking forward to being your realtor when you're ready. Don't hesitate to give me a call. And guess what? You could almost leave that same message month after month after month after month after month after month. They won't care. But you will be there and be there top of mind when they're ready. Okay? So you don't need to change that message up ever, basically. But once you build rapport and have made contact, it changes. If you can stay in contact with them, knowing what their plan is, you've got to. Okay? The general rule when it comes to once you've made contact, so once a month forever, okay, until you make contact, and then you start doing the 6 calls, trying to build a rapport, and you try to build that up, right? You offer value. But let's say you've made contact. We're going to be looking, we're probably going to move next 6 months. What's your follow-up? When do you follow up with them next?
That next month, right?
That would be great. If you have a reason. Perfect. Yep, absolutely. But a lot of people would say, oh, 6 months follow-up. No. What is the proper time? No less than. Okay? Cut it in half.
3 months?
Yep.
Okay.
Cut it in half. So that's the next rule. Whatever they say,
cut it in half?
Cut it in half.
Okay.
All right? So if they say we're going to move in 6 months, call them in 3. Hey, how's your plan coming? Right? I'm looking at a year. Obviously, you're going to follow up quarterly, no less than no matter what. But cut it in half, exactly. It's amazing how plans change. They might find the perfect home. A lot of crap changes. We thought it would take way longer to sell our home. We're here. Always. Okay? So then the next one is no matter what, even if you've made contact, you will never go more than quarterly without calling them ever. Okay? Ever. Whether it's a market update, a newsletter, something going on, you're going to call and check in, okay, with every lead, no less than quarterly. Okay. This is your spiel. Now you're just going to perfect your messages. What is your first call, second call, third call? And I can help you create those if you want, but try to get creative and take them on the journey, knowing your average person that comes onto our website is 3 to 6 months out.
Okay.
Including the lender is part of that journey. Sending them the buyer's advisory. Great part of that journey. Sending them a copy of the offer so that way they know what to expect when they go to write the offer. Great part of the journey. There's a lot of stuff we could send them along the way, right? That shows value. That's part of Lone Cactus Keys. Okay. Any questions on your first leg on how to kind of get that started?
No.
Okay. And to accompany along this, emails and text. Okay. Scale of power. All right, obviously, face-to-face. Hands down, most powerful contact, followed by phone, followed by what?
I would say texting, but it would probably have to be email.
You see, it's toss-up, exactly. If people are going to construe something badly or negatively, it will be in written word.
Yeah.
So let's just sum that up and call it written word. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. People will respond to text messages 10 times more than they will respond to an email.
Yeah.
So you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if there ever were misconceptions and fights started, probably from texting. What do you mean by that? Good morning. Jeez. So face-to-face, phone. This is why open houses, most popular, most effective, followed by phone leads, whatever you're doing, and then emails and just database lists and stuff like that, right? Okay, so that being said, when you're sending stuff and doing stuff, right, you have calls, you have emails, texts, but what's wonderful is what are you going to send? Word, pictures, or video?
All.
That's the thing. Mix it up. Okay. Send a video. In Lion Desk, messing with it yesterday, that was awesome. Took 10 seconds. Your brand new lead. They could put a face-to-face with it. Do you know how much more powerful that is? Hey, Beth, thank you so much for coming to my website. Hey, I specialize in Glendale, so if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking forward to talking to you guys later. Send. Personal touch. No other realtor is going to do that.
No.
It takes 10 seconds. It's right there on Line Desk. You
Yeah.
open up the app and do it.
Okay.
It's amazing. It was awesome.
Yeah, I saw that you guys were messing around with that.
Yeah. So, okay. So, mix it up.
Okay.
All right. I think that is my summed up gist on internet leads.
Perfect.
No questions or anything on that?
Nope.
Okay.
Next leg.
All right. So my goal is to, that is the final part. We're going to hook you up with ASAP. We're going to get you up to 200 leads. Okay?
Okay.
And you're going to hover at 200 leads. The key is, we know when you say, let's say, our goal, let's just say 5%. Okay, for you. All right? So if you get 100 leads, that's 5 sales.
Mm-hmm.
200 leads, 10 sales. On the surface. Okay? What does that mean? 95 out of 100 are not going to be good.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So let's break that down. 95 leads. How many of them are going to give us bad information?
At least half?
I would say maybe a third.
Third? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you just lost, what, 30 of them?
Yeah.
Boom. Instantly without having to do anything, because that's not a valid phone number. That's not a real email. Pocahontas. That's not right. You know? So you just lost third. Okay, guess what? We get new leads and just replace those.
Okay.
Okay? So let's continue. I'm never gonna buy a house. That was my cousin. Take me off your list. Oh, okay. So that's probably 10%, right? Just flat out, it's real, but no, that was my nephew. I'm not gonna do anything. Oh, we're just looking for whatever. So you're gonna rule those out, okay? So there's 40, all right? Long story short, of those 95, realistically at any point in time, of any given 100, 20 are gonna be talkable.
Okay.
And those are the ones you're gonna cultivate over time,
Yeah.
right? The other 65?
75.
75, 85, 95. Yeah, great. The other 75 are interchangeable. So that is how what would be 10 sales on the surface, because we are actually swapping out 2/3 of those on a regular basis. You're actually going to get 24, 25 sales, legitimately.
Okay.
Okay?
And that's my goal.
There you go. Okay? Now, let's go ahead and finish this up then with the leg and your contact plan.
Okay.
Okay? So, we talked about what you needed to make.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can move forward doing one of two ways. Fill your schedule with what is, and you might be pleasantly surprised at the end about how much you might make. Or we could do it to cater specifically to that. What would you like? Because that, what you need to make about 96,000 is going to be less work, legitimately, than what a full-time of this would be.
I would want to do full-time, but I would want to surprise myself at the end of the day.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, here we go. You have 200 leads.
Okay.
Okay? At that number, it's a numbers game.
Mm-hmm.
To get to the 6, to get to everything, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So, we know that of 200 leads, and this is really kind of interesting how it works out, right? Okay, 200 leads. You need to contact them how many times total?
12.
All right. So, what's 12 times 200? Help me out there.
Isn't it?
2,400?
Yeah. So I was going to say.
Okay. So, you know that that is 2,400 calls
Okay.
total. Okay? 200 leads.
Okay.
To get them all 12. All right? And we know that at that point in time, you're going to have an 80% chance of making all the sales, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, here we go. 200. This is, gotta love math. Okay. So 200 times 24 is this. Now take that times 0.05, because that's what you want to convert. 5% of them.
I'm not going to be able to do that one.
Okay. All right. Well, here we go. Okay, there's different, let's reverse this. Okay, let's take it the other way around. All right, at 200 calls, 200 people, you know you're going to have to make 2,400 calls.
Correct.
All right, 2,400 calls. How many weeks are you wanting to work?
How many weeks?
Yeah. 50?
Yeah.
2 weeks vacation?
Yeah.
Or week vacation, week sick, either way. Okay, so what's 2,400 divided by 50? Go ahead and do it on your phone.
48
48
calls a week.
Okay. All right. That's one way of doing it. Okay. Each one of those, if you're going to contact them 12, but here's the thing, you're getting new leads all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's one way of doing it, and that's the minimal, like I was saying. All right. So you're going to need to make no less than that, which would break it down to, what is that? 15 calls a day? No, not even. 8 calls a day.
Yeah.
Minimum.
Yeah.
And that will get
Less
you
than
that
that.
10
It's
sales.
actually 6 calls a day.
Yeah. Okay. That will get you literally that 10 sales. That is the magic formula. Okay. What's sad is that most agents will not call 10 people a day. All right. Now let's do this differently. Okay. This is the way I'd like you to think of it, and this is the way of proactive people. All right. We're going to keep constant 200 at all points in times.
Okay.
All right. What's your goal? Talk to these people no less than twice a month, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That actually equals out to 400 calls a month. Okay, I made a big boo-boo. This was the 12th within the 30 days. Okay, so I thought that wasn't making sense in my mind because there's no way we make 48 calls a month. Okay, 30 days, because if you got your 200 leads, contacting them all that 12 times within the 30 days,
Yeah.
which is the goal to make the contact and then to get the sale. So that actually, what is 2,400 divided by 30?
2,400 divided by 30.
That's the question. Yeah, sorry about that. We were calculating the whole year when that was only 1 month.
2,400 divided by 30?
Yeah. Because realistically, if we're gonna load an agent up with
80.
200 leads, okay, divided by 30. So that means you need to make 80 calls a day up front to contact all of these in general, just to give yourself the best chance.
Okay.
Okay. So the first month, if you're willing to do that, chances are you're gonna find you're gonna find several people, and that's the key. Most people take up to 6 months to a year to make their first sale, but that's because they don't hit the ground running, knowing, hey, because up front, if I told you, hey, you need to sit down and make 50 phone calls to people, to some people that would sound like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In the realtor world, anything less than 100 is not that many calls, truly.
Yeah.
Rovi makes 400 calls a day. If we had her on the triple line dialer, she'd be able to make 1,000. But the contact percentage is less, so I actually purposely don't have her doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for an agent to make 20 calls a day is normal. And as the head, my goal is to get our agents above and beyond the rest, where they're like, you only made 20 calls a day, you pansy? Come on, let's make 40.
Yeah.
You know, that's the success level. Those are the agents, those are the people who will be pulling up in the Mercedes, freaking feeling good about themselves.
Yeah.
Not making excuses, not feeling sad, stuff like that. And that's the mentality that we have to have, right? Until they experience it, it's hard trusting. Until they see somebody else experience it themselves, it's hard having that faith.
Yeah.
It's hard getting up that third week in a row when you're still perfecting your spiel, because you're getting higher ratios of no's because you're still perfecting your spiel. That's perfectly part of the process. And that's why make your 1,000 calls within the first month. If you can make 1,000 calls your first month, you're going to get through and perfect your spiel really fast.
Yeah.
But most will give up about 200 calls because, oh, this sucks. Oh, I'm tired of getting yelled at. It's like, yeah, but we're here for you. That's why I do it here.
Yeah.
Take a break, come in and call. Let's get a little putting green, whatever. Let's figure this out. You know? So don't give up. Perfect your spiel and get great on the phone. Okay? So I'm not sure if she did give you that 100 or 200.
I got 100, yes.
But okay.
I went through them and I kind of weeded out like the bad emails, bad phone numbers, and I got about 50 to work with.
There you go. Cool. So make sure to call those no less than 6 times.
Okay.
As fast as possible, whatever you can do,
Okay.
right? But what's your goal? That first call, introducing yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you're tying it in. Did they come to the website? Did they do a property inquiry? Or was it a seller evaluation? And hit them exactly where they went. Hey, about a month or so ago, you came and checked out this property on this date. Thank you so much for checking it out. Have you guys bought a home? Are you still in the market? It's a very straightforward question that most agents don't have the balls to ask.
Okay.
Because my paycheck relies on their answer.
Mm-hmm.
If I could leave it out there and have potential and never know, most agents would prefer that than actually getting a Oh, no? Oh, 6 months from now. Okay, great. Well, how about I just don't follow up with you for 3 months and let you be, and I still got the sale. Meanwhile, these people will keep them in their database for years and never contact them because it's a potential sale.
Yeah.
Well, I'd rather have 50 real people in my database than 200 people that make my database appear to be
cluttered.
Yay. You know, it's suck it up, ask the questions.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. So cut this in half. So right now, if you want to really bust tail and get the best start possible with your 100 leads, 40 calls a day.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so let's come back to here, right? 200 leads, 2 calls a month, 400 calls. Let's just round it. How many weeks are there in the month?
4.
Usually, yeah. Okay. So divided by 4 equals 100 calls a week, which you've heard me come back to 20 calls a day repeatedly. What does 100 calls a day divided by 5 days a week equal? 20 calls a day.
If I'm doing 40.
20 calls a day will get that 200, will get you at least at 10 sales, because that's just the numbers, but we're cycling through, which will get you the 24. Okay. You will get 24 sales a year if you take your 200 leads and contact them like this throughout the year.
Okay.
All right? So, do you want to do the 24 sales at the end when we do all 4 legs? See what you're going to make?
Yeah.
Okay, so take a picture of that. We're rolling with that, or whatever you need. I don't sure if my chicken scratch means anything to you guys. All right, so this is what's exciting. That's how I literally sold 30 homes a year. It was there full time for my daughter as when she was 2, all the way up until 3 years ago. Because I called and called and called and called all my leads, and that was what my last broker provided. That's why I did it this way here, because that is the tried and true method. Yeah. Now, as long as the internet's popular, we're gonna do it. 10, 15 years ago, it was just getting started.
Yes.
10 years from now, who knows? But that is where, as long as 90% of people are starting there, that's where we're gonna start. Okay, moving on. Next, Sphere. Okay, we didn't get a chance to talk about Sphere the other day. So, how many people, if you got down to it between your phone, we have a list of like 200 things you can look at. How many people are in your database? Friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, people from your past, school people. I mean, literally anybody and everybody that you know.
I got on my Facebook, like the friends listings that's on there. I got my parents, their parents, my grandparents, my fiance, their parents. So maybe like 200 people.
That's about average. Perfect. Okay. 200. Here's what it is with these. Believe it or not, your Sphere is your toughest one-ish, but it's also the best return.
Yeah.
Okay? The thing we talked about this is that it's 10%. Okay? That's going to be broken up between 5% referrals and then 5% sales themselves. Okay? So your goal with that would be 20 sales for the year. How do you do that? It's called the 33 Touch campaign. Thank you, Gary Keller. Okay, that's been the most widely adopted. People you don't know, they don't know you from Adam. So if you could stay in contact with them approximately twice a month, you're gonna be fine, right? Or more. More is more. Never go wrong with more. Yeah. But friends and family, how do they know you? You're Jacob.
Zikmanis.
Yeah, but are you the realtor?
Oh,
are you the plumber? Are you the architect? Are you the bum? Are you the stoner? Are you the slacker? Are you the immature dude? Are you the smart ass? Are you the brilliant dude? How do your family know you? That's what you're gonna have to tweak so that way Jacob, realtor, Jacob, realtor. Oh, you're selling your house? Use Jacob. You have to reprogram them to think, Jacob Realtor, Jacob Realtor. Oh, who's looking to sell a home? You got to use Jacob. That's the power of your Sphere.
Okay.
Okay? Naturally, 5% of people who own homes every single year are going to sell. Naturally. Unless you're a great neighborhood, then people don't move. But naturally, 5%. So of those 200, if they're homeowners, 5%, naturally. So you got to stay in front of them, the minimum. That way they're going to use you. But by going above, by taking that 18 to 24 and upping it to 33 times on purpose, that's how you rephrase that. I up it. I don't know where they got 33. That's an odd number. Just do 36, 3 times a month. Okay. Now the beauty of it is, these aren't phone calls. Okay. You have to use phone calls with it.
Yeah.
But what is your method? 3 times a month. How are you going to stay in front of everybody you know?
Calling, introduce. Well,
quarterly calling is what a lot of people do. Okay. So that would be, so write down your list of the 33 touch for your sphere, right? And how you want to do it. So, okay. So you have you have calls. Okay. And if you do 4 quarterly calls, that's 4 calls a month. 4 calls a year. Okay. So now you're down to, well, if you're using the 36, you only have 32 more throughout the year that you have to do.
Okay.
Okay. So what would be another one? A lot of people do monthly newsletters, updates.
So emails?
Okay. Yeah, that would be in that case. So let's say monthly newsletter. Or if you know the neighborhood they live in, you've got comps that you could send them, right?
Okay.
Throughout the year, you have what? Popeyes. So you can swing by, say hi, drop off a card, drop off a little gift, right? You've got your just listed, just sold advertisements. Them seeing you successful, once they see you sell a couple homes, that gives you street cred. That gives you social proof that, other people are using Jacob. Let's start using Jacob. So every single sale. And here's I'll give you a loophole with that, right? So just listed, just sold. Up front, who do you work for? Breakthrough.
Yeah.
We have several listings. Just listed. Okay?
Oh, okay.
You have permission to market any of our listings.
Okay.
All right? If they ask, are you the listing agent? Say, well, no, I'm partnered with somebody in my office. Whatever, that's basically it.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if it's your listing or not. You can represent people.
Okay.
Okay? So you can start sending just listings out right now. Open houses. You can do an open house on anything, right? So you have open houses. Okay? Here's another loophole. Under contract. Sold. What does that mean?
That they are pending and sold.
Yeah. They happen 30 days apart. To the public, if you put a post out saying, under contract, you won, you sold a home. Okay, 30 days later, same house, sold! Jacob, you just sold a home. What's going on? I keep seeing posts and stuff and under contract and sold. Same house. They're both wins. Okay? People only want to do just sold. No, under contract, that shows you did something. As far as the public's concerned, that is just sold.
Yeah.
But guess what? Then it closed. That's another one.
And then it's sold.
Under contract or pending, sold.
Okay.
Just listed, open house. Do you have any shortages of stuff you can be sending out to people on a regular basis?
No.
No. Right? Hey, and that's one of the biggest things, okay? So utilizing all of those. Open houses, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Then you have any kind of other events. Client appreciation stuff, parties, gatherings, anniversaries. Once you sell a home, gives you a whole other slew. Their birthdays, their anniversaries, the anniversary of them selling their home. So many different things that you can start celebrating with people, right? So any number of these. Okay? No less than 3 times a year, 3 times a month, every person in your database. Okay? You will sell 10%. So okay. All right. Any questions on the database? All right. It is so powerful. Can't even tell you. There are companies that their whole existence is modeled after helping people do this.
Yeah.
You can call them, and they are like 33 touch companies. You want us to stay in contact? Here's what we do. We do mailers, we send out emails, we send out text messages, we do this, we do that, we do this, and this is how we do it, and you just hire us, and then we'll do it every month for you. Once you have money, you can start spending it and have people do stuff for you.
That's gonna be nice.
it's never going to be as effective as when you did it yourself.
Yeah.
But if you do it right, is 80% as effective going to be a win? If done properly, most likely. You know, just like hiring people. I am a perfectionist and I work 70 hours a week. I have no problem with that. I've come to find out people I hire don't really work 70 hours a week for $10 an hour, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Help me figure that. Okay. All right, so that's 2. So there's 2 legs. What was the third leg? You were going to do, was it farming, open houses? What were you thinking?
I think it was farming.
You want to do farming?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Coming back to the stat we just talked about. You average, how often do people move?
5%.
5% of people move per year. Okay? So I do a training in a video on everything. Okay? What are you going to do once you find it? That's what we're going to talk about. Okay? So minimum when you're looking for a farm, find at least 500 homes. Okay? Less than that, probably not a big enough sample to truly make it worth your while.
Okay.
It might be, but it's not big enough. Okay? So that being said, 500, many neighborhoods are 1,000 all the way up to 1,500. I mean, Surprise Farms, I think, has 15,000 people in their neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah, they have like 12 phases now. Same. So, okay, but start off 500. It's a good chunk, and it's a manageable chunk to start with. As you own that, you could always grow to a different street. You could always expand inside the neighborhood on purpose. Okay? So let's say 500. Okay, here's how the numbers break down for that. 5% would be what?
25.
25. Okay. If you can get all those sales in that neighborhood, good for you. Over time, maybe, right? Realistically, 1/3 of the market is what your goal is. Okay? So to start off with, 500 homes, you want to get 1/3 of those, that's approximately 7. Yeah. All right. So 8. 8, sorry. Okay. That's 8 sales for every 500. But what do you need to do to stay in contact with them on a regular basis? This is where you can get fun, and this is where you can mix and match your marketing, okay? That goes back to kind of what we hit on with open houses. All right, open houses are one of the greatest tools in and of themselves, okay? Because it's your storefront, you could attract a bunch of people through your door, and in and of themselves, 1 out of every 18 people that you get to sign into an open house will turn into a buyer, whether they're in that neighborhood or not. Okay? So it's a way of dual marketing. But if you're trying to farm a particular area, do you see the value in having 25 signs out front weekly? Do you see the value in, if you have a listing in that neighborhood, for them to see that? And then on a regular basis, if you're going to be doing your open house properly, what are you going to be doing? You're going to be sending out mailers. You're going to be knocking on doors. Right? You're going to be in front of them on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Okay? So if minimum, you want to stay in contact no less than twice a month over here, okay? How much impact do you think that will have if you're doing, let's say, an open house all week? 1 open house a week in the same neighborhood, which you should be doing anyway. Every agent should be doing at least 1 open house a week. Okay? That's 4 contacts in this one neighborhood for almost everybody.
Okay.
4 contacts on just open houses in and of themselves is 48 contacts throughout the year.
No, yeah.
Okay? Now, let's say once a month you're going to door knock, face-to-face contact, hand them a comp for their neighborhood. They see your sign. When that home sells, you send out another mail. Hey, it just sold. Okay? It builds a lot of clout, and you become the expert very quickly. And you can compound these efforts. Okay, so let's say just by doing this one thing simultaneously together, okay? Let's say you just average 5 sign-ins over here, okay? And then let's say over here, you just did what you were supposed to, okay? By staying twice a month over here, okay? So this one's very straightforward. 8 sales.
Okay.
Okay? If you do that. Any questions on just staying in front of them for the farm and what you should get? 5%, right? Okay, open houses. Okay, 1 a week for 50 weeks. Okay, you do 5 sign-ins per time times 50, that's 200, right? So you had 200 total sign-ins. No, it's 250. My bad. Man, my math is terrible today. Jiminy Christmas. 250. 250 sign-ins divided by 18.
Divided by 18? I don't know that one off the top of my head.
Yeah. It's a little over 10. Was it like almost 15?
13.8?
13.8.
14?
Okay, so let's say 14. 1 open house a week,
14 sales.
averaging 5 sign-ins per open house, following up with them like we know we're supposed to, 6 times, 12 times to build a report.
Yeah.
That's constant, everybody, okay? Twice a month, basically. 14 sales. Do you realize if you throw a great open house, I've had open houses. I've never broken 100. Sucks. But I've had several open houses. I've had 40, 50 sign-ins.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not uncommon if you get a good house in a good location in a decent neighborhood that's priced reasonably, and you put out 50 signs, frick yeah, you'll get it. Okay? Putting out 7 signs and doing 1 post on Facebook, not going to do much.
Yeah.
But letting the neighbors know, putting in the effort, knocking on the doors, giving them a reason to be there, telling them about your free drawing for a $50 Lowe's gift certificate. You know, if you tell them that and say, hey, we're going to actually have some really good snacks, have some wine if you want, you know, like if you say stuff like that, people will come.
Okay.
And it's over time, 6 months, man. Here's the key with the farm. It doesn't begin immediately. And herein lies the rub. These will pay off. That's why you love doing them. The farm, it used to be 6 months straight before you can really say anything. Right now, they're actually saying it's closer to 12 months.
Wow.
Of building. But once you own that neighborhood, it is day in and day out, and it's only going to go up from there. And guess what? It's completely scalable. That's 500 homes. 1 year, great. Next year, let's add the next phase. So now you're up to 1,000. Great. Now we're up to 16 sales. Okay, next year, we've tackled this neighborhood. Let's add a next one. Up to 1,500. I know people that are literally tackling 10,000 people per month. If you do it right and scale it properly, you can do it.
Okay.
Okay, but for the sake of this, we're going to stick with the 8. So, there we got it. All right, they're in the top right there, okay? And technically, we kind of combined your farm and your opens, okay? Because that can technically be 1 leg. And so, realistically, there should be a 4th leg there. And that's what you're going to develop over time. It very well might be more open houses, more farms, more internet leads. It might be commercial. It might be land. It could be whatever you want it to be. But that's where you're going to find your passion within real estate. Over time, short sales are going to come back. Bank-owned homes are going to come back. There's a niche for auctions. There's a niche for estates. There's a lot of different niches out there. So find the one that really goes to you. Some people hate working with buyers. Some people love working with buyers. Some people only do sellers. Some people love first-time home buyers. Some people only deal with retirees. You can develop a niche for only doing $1 million homes in Paradise Valley. It's your oyster, man. Figure it out.
Okay.
Have fun learning. Okay? Who is it? Where is it? Anybody who never made any mistakes, never tried anything new. Just have fun learning.
Yeah.
Never stop. Okay? So, that being said, there's your numbers. So what is that? We've got 24 plus 20. So that's 44 plus 8.
Yeah.
Which would be 52 plus 14. So that would be 66. 66 sales. They're sitting in your whole thing. Boom. 66 sales. You just need to put the systems in place to draw them out. Okay? That's fun. All right. Let's go conservative. Let's say $200,000 per sale. All right. Times the 0.03. What is that? 6,000. Okay. And then you've got times 66. Okay. So, what's 66 times 200,000? Because that's going to be your total volume. It's like 12 million something.
Times 66?
Yep.
13.2?
$13.2 million. in sales volume.
That's
last year I sold. I don't think I broke 13. I think I was in 12s.
really.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, so 6,000 per sale. All right, and times 0.7, which is the 4,200, right?
Yeah.
4,200 times 66. And at that, by the way, you would get to the 100%, by the way, eventually. So, but let's not worry about that just yet.
277.
There you go. That's take home. 600? 200.
277. Yeah. No, 220. Yeah.
That's what that means. Now here's the beauty of it. Okay. How many phone calls did that take?
2,400 a year. I mean a month.
20 calls a day?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 20 calls. Duh.
Yeah, 20 calls a day. Okay. One open house. Takes how many hours to prep throughout the week properly?
An hour a day. To call.
An hour a day? Okay. So let's say 5 hours prep.
Okay.
Okay. And then you're actually there. So about an
for
hour
like
prior.
the open house?
Yeah.
Oh,
an hour
okay.
prior, an hour afterward for
Yeah.
the signs and everything.
Mhm.
Right? So let's say you do a 4-hour open house. Okay, that's 6 hours plus the 5. It's 11 hours.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say open house. But that's doing it up. That's doing a mega open house, in which case you're going to get more than the 5. Let's just throw that out. If you do that, an hour a day prep, calling, emailing, doing it right, you will get the 40, 50 more often than not. Okay? So let's say, so in which case, that's more than most people would do, but it would still be worth it.
Yeah.
Okay, more often, most people so far have had like 5 hours. Well, no, 7. They'll do the open house, which is like 6, and then an hour of emailing and door knocking, whatever. So, okay, so you got that. All right, so we're not going to do this way. Okay, so it's 11 hours. All right, let's say farming. Farming is door knocking, mailers, calling, market updates, doing stuff, right? It's not something that requires daily activity, okay? But over the course of each week, let's say 2 hours, okay? And then let's say twice a month, you're gonna go out and do stuff for 2 or 3 hours, okay? So let's say total 6 hours of doing, and then let's say another 4 hours of prep for those 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 10? Okay, so your farm, let's say it takes 10 hours a week. Or 10 hours a month. Okay? Okay. Now, your sphere. That's the tough one, because it depends on what you're going to do. If you're going to do Popeyes, you can only do 3 or 4 Popeyes a day, you know, if you're good. On the flip side, if you're calling people, you can bust through your database in a couple hours, you know? So mixing and matching, mixing it up, what do you think? You know, between Popeyes, emails, text messages, phone calls, barbecues, you know, like what would you have at the end of the month?
I'd probably do phone calls.
Well, how many hours?
Oh.
What's that?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. Just, I mean, just general. I don't know. At least a month. I can't tell. 10 hours maybe.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, if only this was our life. Wonderful. Okay. You've got, well, let's just say paperwork. Okay. You're going to be out showing homes. You're going to be out doing stuff, right? So let's say, ideally, all of this is going to lead to afternoon appointments of 3 hours a day.
Okay.
Okay. So let's say 15 hours a week in a perfect world, which would be times 4 weeks. So that would be 60 hours. Okay. So that's the whole goal. If you do all this, you're going to be on appointments. That's a terrible abbreviation. Okay? And that was what, 60? Okay? That should be the majority of appointments. That should be where you're at the majority of the time. So that really, really should make sense right there.
Okay.
Okay? Now we've got bookkeeping and bills, crap like that. Taxes and receipts and mileage. Right? What? An hour a week?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So let's call that the crap. All right, and we got that for 4 hours. Okay. Now we've got the whirlwind, which is emails, and phone calls, and all that stuff that invades our life. Right? What would you say?
Probably another 2 hours
A day?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll call that the whirlwind. Okay. Call that 2 hours a day, 10 hours a week, 40 hours a month.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. That's our life, basically, right? You could put in commuting, but that's part of the appointment times and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's add this up. All right, go ahead and calculator. 20 hours.
20, 11, 10.
10, and then 10.
Yep.
Okay, and then 60.
Okay.
And then 4, and then 40. 60, and then 4, and 40.
Make sure I
Okay.
got that right, because I had a point in there earlier. Yeah, that was right.
That's 111, 115, 155.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, 155 hours. I love this. This is great. I love it when the numbers totally make sense. 155 hours, my bad. Okay, 155 hours. Okay. Now, what is a normal job? 40 hours a week?
Mm-hmm.
Working at Intel, working at Honeywell, working at Walmart, working at
40 hours a week, 80 hours a month.
Okay. Well, 80 hours, no, 40 hours a week.
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
it's 160 hours.
160 hours a month. Oh, and we're working 5 less.
Mm-hmm.
And you're making how much?
Almost 3 times the amount you would make in a freaking 9 to 5.
Do you want to make it even cooler?
Yeah.
If you really want to get motivated, all right, divide that by that and figure out how much you're going to make an hour.
Jesus. $1,700. 1,000.
Oh, sorry,
Did I just
that's
say
a month. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was
no,
like,
no,
holy
no.
shit.
No, okay. 150 hours, my bad. 150 hours a month times 12.
Oh, okay.
Still going to be well over $100 an hour.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And then
now
divide
divide
that
that
by that, yeah. I was gonna say that's a little much.
Sorry.
No, you're good. It was what 2,000, 8,000,
1,800.
1,800.
154 bucks an hour. Okay. Now, do you want to really know how stupid, and I don't mean to be blunt, and I don't mean to be cold by any means, but I don't get this. And I think this is the difference in people. People who can be entrepreneurs and people who honestly have to work for somebody. Because people need the accountability. All right? When I had my daughter, I was a wuss. To get me to go to work, I wasn't motivated very much because 20 bucks an hour did not motivate me. I was one of the top people in my office at Men's Warehouse. I was always one of the top 10 in the district, and I was always one of the top 20 in the region. And the region's like 7 different states and hundreds of salesmen. And I still only made 40, 50 grand a year. That was not enough motivation to keep me away from my family 11 hours a day.
Yeah.
6 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, right? Especially having a newborn and then realizing that my family is not going to be what I thought it was, so I'm only going to have my daughter half the time to begin with. So literally, if I spend every waking moment with my daughter, I get her half of her life. Now add in work, add in everything. How much of her time am I actually getting? I was not okay with that.
Yeah, no.
I saw the benefit in this. Okay? Now, in your opinion, what is the hardest thing that we just talked about? Literally, what's the hardest things?
I mean, I'm probably the talking.
Facing rejection,
Yeah.
sitting down making calls for a couple hours,
Just
the actual
knowing what to
discipline,
say.
knowing what to say, door knocking in the heat, again, not knowing what to say. So, worst case scenario, what's going to happen? You have the worst day in the world. Worst day in the world. Are you going to die?
No.
Broken bones?
No.
Bleeding?
No.
Pain?
No.
Okay, worst case scenario, what happens?
What do you like? As
You've
in-
been cussed out a bunch or
Oh,
something?
yeah. You just get
What's the
yelled at.
worst day we could possibly have?
Honestly, getting yelled at. That's literally
Cussed
that's
out?
all
Yeah.
we can freaking get, worse.
And then we go home and we have our families there, girlfriend, fiance, whatever.
Yeah.
We move on.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna be in the hospital. It's not like it's gonna wake up tomorrow. Gosh, dang it, that Helen said I was a jerk yesterday. No, man, we let it go. When we clock out, we clock out.
Yeah.
That's that, right? So, just in my 3 years here, okay, forget 10 years watching other agents do it at other brokerages, okay? You know how many people I've seen get into the business because they think it's easy money?
A lot.
They don't see any value in working for it, and then will go off and end up working at Fry's, a car dealership, Walmart, back into nursing, for what? For less money. And what happens if you're gonna work out, let's just say anywhere, the car dealership, okay, you're expected to be there at what time? And you're stuck there no matter what?
Well,
And you're gonna do it for the max of how much money probably? And you have a boss looking over your shoulder? Okay, let's say you're gonna go to Walmart and work. You're stuck at a Walmart wearing a vest that says Walmart on it. That's paying you what amount of money an hour?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee it's nothing remotely. I promise you could probably even remove that one in front and it's still not even that.
Mm-hmm.
And that is easier, better than this. The fact is, they just don't have the boss making them do it every morning.
Yeah.
Some people need that. But the world is your oyster if you can figure this out and get up in the morning and do it yourself.
And have the freedom.
And check this out. Okay, if you're gonna make $154 an hour, I can break this down as small as you want it to actually resonate. Okay, $154 an hour. You're gonna sit down and make 20 calls. All right, 20 calls in 1 hour. 154 divided by 20 is 5, 6,
Around
7. So literally, you would get paid over $7 per phone call.
Wow.
I just made $7. Look, you hung up on me and I got paid $7. Neener.
Yeah.
Hey, boom. Here's $7. Can I do it again? Yeah, sure. Boom. You know, change the way you think.
It's all about the mentality.
At the end of the day, I will let you hit me 10 times. If it means I'm going to continue doing it, yeah, go for it. Because every one of those 20, you're going to find your number.
Yeah.
Mine was between 30 and 40, right? Between 30 and 40 calls, I would get an appointment.
Okay.
Or at least have a great conversation that led to something, right? And that's it. You break it down per day. So literally, when you wake up in the morning, what time are you going to do your calls? And this is why I have to get to my calls. And now you know the importance of making phone calls.
Yeah.